I totally understand how digital marketing can be a little complicated and a little overwhelming with the onslaught of information that you have available to you. Every day there's countless trainers, gurus, webinars, ebooks, and ads being thrown at you, trying to show you all the different ways that you can grow your digital coaching or course creation business. But the truth is, if you're just getting started with your business and trying to grow on your own as a solo entrepreneur, you have got to keep your business simple. The majority of stuff that you're learning about online marketing, you actually do not need, not at this stage of your business. When you're just getting started, it's absolutely critical to keep your business processes as simple as possible. You should really be asking yourself the question, what is the simplest, quickest, cheapest, most efficient way for me to get some clients in the door right now? And that's exactly what I want to show you here in this video. I'm going to walk you through a simple 4-step clients in days process to hit 10 to 25K months within the next 30, 60, or 90 days, depending on your experience. So here's what you're going to get in this short training. We're going to help you to eliminate overwhelm and confusion so that you can stop doing 90% of what you might already be doing. You might be feeling very busy, overwhelmed, overworked, but you're just not getting the results. We're going to show you a clear and simple plan to start enrolling clients as soon as tomorrow, within a few days, even if you actually apply what you learn here today. You're going to get a repeatable system so that you can actually track what's working and what's not working and make improvements. And you're going to understand the KPIs, the key performance indicators, the numbers, and the math that'll show you exactly how to hit your income goals, whether that's $5,000, $10,000, or $25,000 a month. You might see a lot of gurus and trainers talking about all sorts of complicated strategies and funnels and webinars to help you sell more online. The fact is, as amazing as a customer acquisition funnel like this is, and we use these funnels, we build these funnels for our clients as well, you absolutely do not need something like this, and you even shouldn't try to build something like this when you're just getting started. You're going to hear a lot about automations and workflows and email marketing, and all of this complexity is just going to slow you down from the most important thing that you should be focused on, which is just getting clients, creating cash flow in your business so that you can grow and scale. When thinking about marketing online and acquiring clients and generating leads, you have so many options online. And if you spend any amount of time, you're going to see all of these options being taught. There is so much that you could be doing, but what's so important is for you to realize what you actually should be doing. I recommend that you listen to somebody like Sir Richard Branson, who states that complexity is your enemy, which means that we have to be disciplined and diligent about keeping our systems and processes as simple as possible, especially when we're just on our own starting our business. So the key here is to start by looking at your business and thinking about, what can I stop doing? What is not getting me actual results? And what are the money-making activities that I should be focused on? Whenever I start working with a client, that is exactly what we do. And that's exactly what I did with one of our top clients, Stacy Hall, who went from overwhelmed, overworked, and underpaid to increasing her income by 500% in just 6 months. And the first thing that we did with her was to actually eliminate as much as we could from her current systems and processes. The fact is, she was just doing too much unnecessary work, keeping herself busy, and she wasn't able to focus on the money-making activities that would actually drive revenue and increase sales. So what I want to share with you here today is exactly what I would do if I had to start over again. Now, just a little bit of background information about who I am. Myself and my partner started a company in the digital education space. We sold membership sites, digital courses, coaching programs, live events, virtual events. We sold it all. And we launched that company in 2008. We did $2.2 million in revenue our first 12 months. And we've sold over $57 million in digital education products and services. We published hundreds of digital courses. We sold millions of dollars in coaching offers. We had an incredible membership site for over 15 years with thousands of members. And we ran a successful affiliate program. When I say that we did it all, we absolutely did it all. And so when I look back at that 15 years of experience and all of the incredible entrepreneurs that I've known, if you were to ask me the question, what would you do today if you lost it all, if you had to start from scratch on your own, by yourself? What is the business that you would start and what would be the process that you would take? This is exactly what I would do. And I'm going to show you right here. I would focus on just these 3 activities. So number 1, I would post content on social media with direct offers using direct response marketing tactics. So I wouldn't be dancing on social media doing like the influencer type of marketing and content. I would post very specific content that speaks to my audience, tells them the problem that I solve, and tells them exactly how I can help them. Number 2, I would have conversations with interested prospects. So people that engaged with my content, commented, liked, or followed me, I would work to engage in direct message conversations with those people. That right there is a lead. No complicated funnels, not even a lead magnet or lead generation funnel, just instant interest and an instant prospect that I can have a conversation with. From those conversations, I would move people into an enrollment conversation and I would sell my coaching services for instant cash flow. This is literally the only 3 activities that I would focus on because I know that this would bring in cash flow as quickly as possible. Here's a couple of bonus activities that I would focus on. Number 1, I would spend money on paid ads. Now, I don't need a huge budget for this. We're talking $10 a day, perhaps, just to increase my exposure, my reach, and give me leads instantly within hours. And then next, I'd be tracking everything that I'd be doing. I'd be tracking my KPIs, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So what I want to lay out for you here is the specific process, the exact steps that I would take to launch this type of a business and hit that 10 to 25K month as quickly as possible. The only thing you need to understand when it comes to funnels and marketing is the customer journey. There's 4 stages to your customer journey: the awareness stage, the consideration stage, the acquisition stage, and then finally the fulfillment and service stage. These are the 4 different conversations that you're going to be having with your leads and your prospects. And notice that at each stage of this customer journey, the conversation changes and the medium for that conversation changes as well. So pay attention. So how do we create awareness? Well, there's 3 different ways that I would create awareness. Number 1, I would tap into my existing network, my existing contacts. Your net worth is based on the size of your network. So hopefully you've been growing your network already. And if you haven't, you should be focusing on growing your network. Next, I would focus on creating that organic content, those direct offer posts and organic content on 1 or 2 social media platforms, and that's it. I choose Facebook and Instagram because I'm most comfortable on those platforms, and because they're part of Meta, they work really well together. And then I would simply boost some of my posts. I would use a little bit of advertising budget. Again, I'm talking about $10 a day to get started with, and I would boost some of that content to increase reach and generate more leads and cash flow. Now, where am I driving these people? I'm not going to bother setting up some complicated funnel. I don't even need to create a lead magnet or lead generation funnel. All I need to do is get people into the DMs. There's my lead. And now I'm in an instant conversation with them. So I don't have to rely on emails being delivered or them opening my emails or anything like that. I'm in an instant conversation and I can answer questions and qualify my prospect in minutes. Now, once I qualify my prospect, I'm going to invite them to a one-on-one Zoom call, my enrollment conversation. And you don't need to be a great salesperson here. You're just going to have a consultative conversation, okay? You don't need to be a closer. I definitely am no closer or shark. You just have to be a friendly, trustworthy person with actual value and a solution to the problem that your ideal client is facing. And what are we selling? We're going to be selling our coaching. And why are we selling coaching? Because coaching has very high profit margins. We can choose the price that we charge our clients, and it allows us to generate large sums of cash flow very quickly, which is the most important thing for your startup business. So let me break these steps down for you here. Step number one, we're going to start with the end in mind. So we always start with the offer first. Let's create that offer. Now, in order to create an irresistible offer, there's a few prerequisites that are super important. And this is where our mentorship and our coaching really helps. It's so critical that inside of your market, you identify your niche, you identify your specialty, that thing that you're going to become an expert in. Next, you clarify your ideal client avatar. You can't serve everybody. You need to especially choose here at the beginning the perfect ideal client that you can serve best right now. Then identify the core problem that you're going to solve for them and craft your signature solution, your unique process. Once you have those details, you can now begin to craft your messaging. Now, of course, for all of our clients, we have worksheets and tutorials and guidance to help you craft all of these elements. So hopefully you're not doing this on your own because it will take you a lot longer. Now, our recommendation for this first offer, because our goal is to create cash flow and hit that 10 to 25K, we recommend that you start with a one-to-one coaching program. Now, I know group coaching programs can give you more leverage, and maybe if you already have a sizable audience to fill a group coaching program, that might be a good idea to start with it. But for 90% of digital mentors, we recommend you start with a one-on-one coaching offer first. Get your first 5 clients, and then let's discuss a next offer. Typically, you'd want to price this coaching offer somewhere between 1 to 10K. And what's awesome with coaching programs is the pricing is super flexible. I mean, if you're not comfortable selling it for 1,000, sell it for 500. And if you want to sell it for 20,000, you absolutely can. So here's a perfect example. In the fitness space, my specialty could be fitness for men over 40 because men over 40 have very specific problems. The problem here that I'm going to solve is men over 40 with chronic and nagging pain and injury. And you could even choose a specific pain. Maybe it's sciatica, maybe it's neck pain, maybe it's back injuries. That would help you to really hone in on your messaging and your perfect client. My solution is going to be a very specific mobility program to help reduce pain and strengthen the tendons and the joints so that they avoid injury. And my offer, I would start out with a 3-month coaching program, let's say for $1,500. Now, again, inside of our incubator program, we have specific documents that help you outline and clarify your irresistible offer. These worksheets even include AI prompts that help you to leverage AI when creating the details of your offer so that you're crystal clear when you're having these conversations with your prospects. Now, let's move on to step number 2. Let's start creating social content. Once I know what I'm selling, my offer, I can get right into the marketing phase. I don't need to spend the next few weeks building out funnels, hiring graphic designers, writing up email sequences, and all that complicated stuff that isn't going to put money in your bank account now. So here's what I do. I choose one platform to post content on daily. 1 or 2. In this case, I'm going to go with Facebook and Instagram because I'm already on Facebook and Instagram's connected to Meta, and Instagram is pretty easy to grow on if you know what you're doing. I'm going to follow a very specific weekly content strategy for a good 90 days, okay? You're not going to get results in your first week on social media. You've got to be consistent with it. But you also have to have a very specific strategy that can be repeatable and that you can stay consistent with. I would create very specific direct offer content to get follows, comments, and DMs. And of course, we've got the scripts for you for those videos as well. In addition to my posts, I would create regular stories to engage with my existing followers and the new followers I gain to get DMs. And then I'd simply spend a little money on paid ads, maybe $5 to $10 a day, boost my best performing posts to increase growth rapidly and get more DM conversations. Here's an example of a very simple content plan that I'd be following on a daily and weekly basis for my posts and my stories. This helps me to be consistent and just repeat. Obviously, I would also batch create content ahead of time so that I never miss a day of posting. Step number 3. Conversations. Let's just get into DM conversations with interested people. When you have people that raise their hand, that DM you, that comment to you, that are interested in your messaging, simply engage them in a conversation. Follow the scripts that we provide, ask simple questions, qualify for interest, need, and resources, and invite them to a Zoom call. Now, I would recommend in your early stages that you're proactive and you actually reach out and connect with people as well. Reach out to new followers, engage on content in the newsfeed, and engage on content on the pages of other influencers in your space that are a little bit more popular, so you're seen on their content as well. And start connecting with others in your niche as well so that you can start growing your network, and perhaps in the future, there'll be some opportunities for collaborations. Again, we've got scripts and outlines for these conversations. The idea here is to keep it simple and just focus on a few key questions to qualify your prospect and invite them to the enrollment conversation. And that's step 4, your enrollment conversations. Follow the consultative process that we provide for you. Ask specific probing questions, and all you have to do is identify the gap. Your ideal client has a problem and they want an outcome. They want a result. They want a solution for that problem. Your goal is to show them that your solution is the bridge over that gap, the bridge that will help them to solve the problem, go from where they are right now to where they want to be. Once you've identified the gap, you simply have to present your signature solution and get them started. And the cool thing about these conversations and about selling one-on-one coaching early on is that you can modify your offer based on the prospect that you're speaking to. So we have a $25,000 Rockstar program that we offer now, which is a done-for-you program. And the first time that I actually sold one of those offers, I sold it before the program was even fully created. It was just an idea that I had for a program that we could sell, but then I got the opportunity to speak with the perfect ideal client. And in that conversation, I literally just said, you know what? I might as well see if she'd be interested in the Rockstar program. And I presented the opportunity, and that was our first Rockstar client right there. Obviously, we've got enrollment conversation scripts and outlines, training and support and guidance to help our incubator members improve this process and develop this skill. Now, this is not something that you need to be intimidated by at all. I'm an introvert. I am not a salesperson or a shark, but when you approach it from a consultative process, these can be really enjoyable and easy conversations to have. Step number 5, tracking. You've got to track your process. If you want to improve and hit your income goals, you got to figure out what's working, what's not working, track your numbers, and make modifications. So you've got to know your KPIs so you can make adjustments. That's why we give our clients this extensive, comprehensive tracking sheet to track your audience growth, track your sales conversions, your leads, your conversations, and the sales that you're bringing in. So let's review. Here is the entire process for going from 0 to 10 to 25K months in the simplest, most efficient way possible. Choose your specialty, clarify your ideal client, identify their core problem, craft your signature solution, create your messaging, and start posting organic content. Run some low-cost paid ads to boost your reach, have conversations, and enroll new clients. Now, let's actually look at the math here. I don't care what excuses or self-doubt thoughts you might be having in your mind right now. What I want you to do is I want you to look at the possibility. I want you to look at what it takes to actually hit 10 to 25K. These are the raw numbers here, okay? And ask yourself, could I do this? If you have knowledge, skills, and experience that can help other people, then you absolutely can. So let's look at the sales process and let's look at the conversion numbers. So from DMs, direct message conversations, to actually getting an enrollment call, we can expect about 10 to 30% of our DM conversations to turn into enrollment calls. As you develop your skills, you're going to be broaching that higher number, that 30%, maybe even higher than that. Now, from enrollment calls, you can expect somewhere between a 25 to 50% conversion rate, and even higher than that. So let's just assume that you have just 10 conversations a day. And let's say that we're working 6 days a week here, because we're really going to drive to get that 10 to 25K in the next 30 days. I like to be very conservative in my numbers, so we're going to take just the low end 10% conversion rate. That means 1 out of 10 DM conversations turn into a Zoom call. Now, I'm telling you, I know you can do way better than that. But let's just assume that this is the first time you've done it, and so you're going to get a 10% conversion rate. That would be 1 Zoom call, 1 enrollment call per day, 6 days a week. That would be 6 calls per week. Well, if you convert at the lowest percentage here, just 20%, that's 1 out of 5 calls, you could expect to have 1 client per week. Imagine having 1 new client per week. If you're watching this video, it's probably more than you're having right now. What would that be? Well, if you're selling a $1,000 offer and you're enrolling 1 client per week, you're at $4,000 per month right there. Now, what if you designed a program and you developed your skill sets and you could charge $3,000 for your coaching offer? Right there, just with these bare minimum low conservative numbers, you could potentially hit $12,000 a month at the $3,000 price range. All right, let's look at one more scenario. Let's say that now we're moving into the next 60 days and your skills are improving. So now you're converting at 20% instead of just 10%. That would be 2 Zoom calls, 2 enrollment calls per day, or 12 per week. Maybe you take a day off now and you're only working 5 days a week, and so you're going to have 10 a week. Whatever. Let's say that you bump up your conversion rate on these enrollment calls to just 30%. We're still on the very low end here. That would be 4 new clients a week, 3 to 4 new clients a week, depending on how many days you're working. Again, at the $1,000 offer, if you're selling a $1,000 coaching offer, that right there, my friend, is $16,000 a month. Could you imagine if you were selling a $3,000 offer? I don't even want to mention the price point here, but we're now at $48,000 per month in revenue just by having 12 enrollment conversations per week. This is what's possible when you simplify your business and you focus on cash flow. Now you have money to reinvest in your business. Now you have money to hire a VA or a social media manager or an editor for your reels. Now you have the ability to build sales funnels and create courses or membership sites or coaching programs and automate your business and create more freedom in your life. But you can only do that when you prioritize cash flow in your business as quickly as possible. So I've got one question for you. Are you ready? Are you ready to get focused and actually get results in your business in the next 90 days? If the answer is yes, we want you to take the next step. We want to talk with you. We want to see if you would be a good fit for our incubator program. Our incubator program is where you actually get coaching, advice, and guidance from the founders of our company. All of us have been involved in the digital marketing space for over 15 years. One of our partners for over 25 years. Sure, you can keep chasing after the gimmicks and the trends, or you could learn marketing principles that have stood the test of time. Learn from veterans that have been in this game and have seen it all and can show you exactly what you need to do, how to improve your systems and processes so you can get the results and hit your income goals. Take action on what you learned here today. And if you're ready to get these results even faster with our guidance and support, go ahead and schedule a call with somebody from our team, and we'll talk to you about our incubator program and how we can support you along the way to implement this in your business as quickly as possible.